group one. We're from group one, and we will explain about logic. So our members are Naomi Sylvia Purba, Natalia Ayu Panjaitan, Helfrida Purba, Megawati Situmorang, Savendi Nariak, Siska Febrina Girsang, and the last is Dewi Anggraini Sinaga. So we will start the topic. We'll mention a little bit about it. So we will start from introduction, please.
Okay, I will start from the introduction. It is about background. Talking about logic, we have to know what is the meaning of semantic. And before we are going to know about logic, formal logic, material logic, and also the logical system, we have to know about semantic, that is interpretation of word, signs, and sentence structure. And after discuss about semantic, of course, we are also discuss about logic. In here, logic seems absolutely universal in that any realistic idea. And then after discuss about the logic, we have to discuss about formal logic, material logic, and the last is about logical system. I think that's all from the introduction or the background. We'll continue with my friend.
Okay, I will continue. I will explain about logic. As we know, the logic is a word that means many things to different people. So many everyday use of the word logic and logical could be replaced by expressions such as reasonable behavior and reasonable. The term logic derives from the Greek logos, means the reason. So from this statement, we know that the conclusion from the logic is we need it mentioned about the reason. Okay, I think that's all about that, and we will continue formal logic. Nomi, please. Nomi, please continue.
Oh, Nomi. Wah, sana sino.
Nomi is busy.
Nomi, sada. Sada dulu, biasa dulu.
Okay, formal logic. Here there are some definitions of formal logic, namely according to Merriam-Webster, Douglas Walton, and then as the definition of formal logic as universal. So according to Merriam-Webster, formal logic is a system of logic as Aristotelian logic or symbolic logic that abstracts the forms of thought from its content to establish abstract criteria of consistency contrasted with material logic. And according to Douglas Walton, formal logic has to do with the forms of arguments or syntax and truth values or semantics. And then as the example is, all men are mortal, but Pedro is a man, therefore Pedro is mortal.
Okay, next we'll continue by Sapendi. Still in formal logic. Please, 70. Nadia. Please explain a little bit. Just make the summary of it.
Gimana ini bagian itu?
Okay. Maybe start from this part of logic. You can see it. Part of logic.
Part of logic which investigates the content of the talk of the few determine the true of the experiment in material logic. Definition teaches us is the way of terms and the true of reasoning. Truth is actually the fact of reality. Thus, the truth of reasoning depend on the truth of judgment. We make about the way things are actually extent. If we find an error, we try to see cause of the error. For example, a wrong judgment of determine the preset from which conclusion derives, or the judgment like a make a ring judgment of the matter. That's what is seen in the argument below. Bro,
Okay, enough, Wendy. Enough. 70. 70 enough.
yeah, nah,
Okay.
Okay, 70 enough. And the next, who is the next? Material logic.
no.
Okay, for the material logic, according to Sullivan, he gives statement about material logic. Material logic deals not the form or structure of the argument, but with its content. Material logic is concerned with the aspects of subject matter or content or truth of the argument. Material logic is a logic which does not produce such perfectly general forms, but consider a logical universe having peculiar properties. And material logic have three operations can be start from first operation, that's the concept. The concept consists of three predicable, predicaments, and definitions and division. And the second operation, that is the judgment. The judgment consists of in necessary matter and in conscient matter. And then the third operation, that is reasoning, consists of syllogism, con, that consists is demonstrative, dialectical, rhetorical, literary, and then in induction and scientific, and the next methods and fallacies. Okay, that's all maybe.
Okay. Next is Natalia, right? Natalia.
Yeah. Logical system. Logic is often studied by constructing what are commonly called logical systems. A logical system is A logical system is essentially a way of mechanically listing all the logical truths of some parts of logic by means of the application of recursive rules that can be repeatedly applied to their own output. This is done by identifying by areas, axioms, and certain general rules of inference from which theorems can be defined from axioms together with early theorems that also.
Okay. The next is Dewi. Dewi.
The concept of logical truth.
Suaranya,
Your
suaranya.
voice is not here from here.
Make it louder.
Halo, udah.
Yes.
Udah.
The concept of logical truth and validity can be defined in model theory and systematically study on the basis of this defined without referring to any logical system or reason rules. System research on logic and effect reason. And then
Enough.
Model theory involves a notive of complement and in complement that differs. And a system that is incomplete in the latter sense can nevertheless be complete in the sense that all the relevant logical third are valid model theoretical of the system. Okay, thank you.
Okay. For the conclusion is logic is a word that means many things to different people. Many everyday uses of the word logic and logical could be replaced by expressions such as reasonable behavior and the other reasonable. And I think that's all. Thank you for the time. So this video record our short discussion before we present our PPT for tomorrow. So this is the result of our short video. Thank you, ma'am, and thank you for all of my friends.